Good morning. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt genuinely motivated, started strong, and then stopped? Not because you didn't care, but because something in you just shut down. Now, if this is you, this matters because most people don't quit because they can't do it. They quit because they try to change something in a way that their nervous system can't sustain. And today I want to show you why consistency beats intensity and how tiny promises quietly change everything. So here's the problem that I see. Intensity feels like commitment. It sounds like I'm serious now. I'll push harder. I'll do it properly. So people raise the bar. They add rules, they add pressure, add expectations. And oh my goodness, right? But intensity asks the nervous system to do too much too soon. So when the system feels overwhelmed, it doesn't rise to the challenge, it protects. Motivation drops, resistance appears, and energy fades. And so people assume something must be wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. Your system just didn't feel safe enough to continue. Think about it this way. Think about lighting a fire. If you throw everything on at once, big logs, all the kindling, all the paper, everything, all of that effort, it flares up fast, looks impressive, burns hot, then what? It goes out. Not because the fire failed, but because it wasn't built to last. I can hear ka-ching, yes, an aha moment, right? So what actually works is a lot quieter. Instead of asking how much can I do, I want you to ask, what's the smallest promise that I can keep today? I call this the tiny promise, something so achievable your nervous system doesn't resist it. And when you keep a tiny promise, something powerful happens. You complete. Now, I learned this in my body. In 2021, I committed to riding my bike every day. Not far, not fast, not impressive, just every day. Some days were easy, some days were hard, some days were slow, or just completely ordinary. But I stopped asking, do I feel like it? And started asking, what's the smallest promise I can keep today? That one shift changed everything. Here's why. Every tiny promise completes a cycle. Start, follow through, finish. And completion teaches the brain, I can trust myself. I know how to continue. I do not need pressure to move forward. That is how capability actually forms. Not through motivation, but through repeated completion. That's why I don't teach intensity. I teach tiny promises. It's why I built my work, my first book, Wired to Finish, around that one core idea. People don't need more strategies. They need a system that makes finishing feel safe. And that's what I teach young people, parents, leaders. Don't measure success by how much you do. Measure it by whether you completed what you promised. One action, one finish, one kept word to yourself. Because consistency isn't about doing more. It's about finishing more. And finishing rewires identity. So if someone keeps starting strong and stopping suddenly, it's rarely motivation, focus, or a discipline problem. It's usually an intensity problem. Intensity overwhelms the system. Consistency, built on tiny promises, teaches it to trust again. And when trust is there, momentum follows naturally. Remember, intensity tries to change your life fast. Consistency, built on tiny promises, changes who you become.